to women out there, right? I'm not saying that men are justified in their foul actions. I'm not saying none of that. This is a conversation about accountability both ways. If you know that this can be compromising of your mental health, whatever, right? Physical, mental, whatever, it's not worth putting yourself in that predicament. That's all I'm saying.
But if you believe that it's not, then how do you make the... Because you're saying you need to have better discernment. At the end of the day, you can have discernment, or discernment is personal.
For sure.
So you can't determine what my discernment looks like or what your discernment looks like. I could say you make poor choices in different things too, and say you need to have better discernment as well.
Too, yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, it's for, if I made a decision and I say I believe wholeheartedly that this is what it is, then that's what it is. That's my reality. So you can't sit here and tell me hypotheticals, because hypothetically, what if the nigga never caught feelings and nothing happened and we had a great fucking time?
You're right. If was a fifth, we all be drunk at this motherfucker. You're right.
For sure. But everything that we do, everything that we assume or possibilities, it's possible. All of this shit is possible. You walk outside, it's possible that you get hit by a car, but you still gonna walk your ass outside.
You're right.
It is.
Go ahead, Vonte.
I'm just saying it's to kind of like, kind of tie things in. It's a lot of going on right now. Let's bring it back in. This really all just starts with communication. That's all it is, right? Because you can play this on both sides of the field, right? A lot of times women take these flights. They might go to a hotel. They just want to chill. They don't want to do nothing. And that's understandable, right? If y'all communicated that from the jump, then there's nothing that he should have thought anything other than, right? Unless you just wishing on a star, like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Now you rolling the dice.
Right.
Definitely taking a girl on a cruise, right? But it can go the other way. There's times where guys got homegirls and homegirls want to hang out. And they might want to, do something with us. But I be like, no, you just my homie. Like, you just chilling. Like, I'm over here to try to vent to you. I don't need you to be bashing the girl I'm venting about to try to get closer to me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you just here at the bar just to have a drink, listen to what I'm saying versus you trying to squeeze in. So it goes both ways, and it's all about communication at the end of the day. If it's communicated that this is not going to happen, whatever, if you try your boundaries on that, then that's on you. You wasted your money. So,
and that's my thing. And so in the conversation that we had, though, he was like, his intention was not that. Coming into it wasn't that. Right. Even I had a conversation with his mother, and she was like, I hope we see you again. And I was like, you probably won't. And she was like, why? And I told her, and she was just like, she was like, the funny thing is when he told me you were coming, like he said, she's just my friend. Like, this is my friend. She said, but then when I seen how he, how he kind of presented or acted around you, I started realizing like, oh, he likes her. And I was like, okay. So he did, at least he communicated. Because at first I was like, did you tell your mother? Because she very much is giving like daughter-in-law vibes. And no. And he was like, no, I did. I told her. And then like when we would, like the last day we were having breakfast and her best friend had mentioned something and said something about, I guess, kind of us being together. And he was like, no, we just friends. Now, granted, he did it out of frustration because he was mad at how many times I had turned him down. But it was just like, he did it in front of me to let it be known. Like, I did tell them. Like, you know what I mean?
Brother.
But again, like I said, from my knowledge and from what he presented to me, what his mother said, it was coming into it like, we just friends. Like, it's just, that's my dog. I just want to show you a good time. Yeah. And then he was like, but spending time with you, my feelings evolved. And it was like, damn, like I could see this woman as my wife. Like, this is, he's like, and I never felt like that with a person before. So I wanted to, delve into it.
And it's like in a perfect world, that would have been such a cute romantic story. Like,
right, it hurts.
If you would have felt the same way, what a fairy tale. But it's like, unfortunately,
this ain't the movies.
The other person don't feel that. And it'd be so sad, like, damn.
This ain't the movies.
Do you take any accountability for anything? I'm asking. No, I'm trying to move on. I'm asking. The show is called 1% Better. I'm about to move on. I'm just asking a question.
No, but I mean,
it could be. I'm not about to argue however you feel.
No. I feel like I communicated effectively. I felt like, and even on the trip, I feel like I handled it well. It wasn't a bad trip. It's just that every day he wanted to talk about his feelings, and that was irritating because it was just like,
yeah, at some point,
why do we have to keep doing this? We did this 3-4 days straight, and it was just like, oh, this is exhausting. I still had a good time. Like, even when he got in his feelings, I was like, I just need a moment. I went on and had a great time on a cruise with other people. I don't know these people. We're going to go make friends. Like, so it wasn't like anything that was detrimental. Nothing crazy happened. It was just, he was just talking about his feelings ad nauseum. And I was just like, please, relax. Like, it's not happening. But other than that, nothing bad happened. And like I said, I communicated effectively ad nauseum prior to. Like, I was like, this is not it. This is not it. And then I stood my ground. It wasn't like, I feel like a lot of times people will be like, they give in because they feel uncomfortable or they feel trapped or they feel like, and I've been in that position before. So I knew that in that space when that happened, I was like, nah, I'm standing on 10. Like, I'm good. So no, I don't. There's nothing. I don't feel like for me. There's nothing that I feel like I should have done differently. Now, do I feel like moving? I feel like lesson learned. Do I feel like moving forward? Would I accept a trip from somebody if I have this conversation with them? Probably not. For me, honestly, I feel like I don't even want to go on a trip unless it's my nigga at this point because everybody else is fucking and except me.
It gets spooked. Oh, for sure. At a cruise, oh girl, that's Swinger City.
I understand.
Listen, I met some people they was down. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I take a cruise with my homegirl. I'm talking to hella other girls.
Yeah.
All right, homegirl. I see you.
I was gonna say I definitely
I'm about to go
would
out like that.
go
Well,
on a
he
cruise
said
with my
that.
friends.
No, he
Like,
said that
what?
it was. So they have like a Facebook group or whatever for that. Like every time that the cruise comes, they start like a Facebook group. He said the people was on there like chatting or whatever, and there was one lady on there was trying to get at him.
Yeah.
And he was like, but he was so focused on me.
Ugh.
But then after we had that moment, like he had a moment where he kind of got mad and got in his feelings. He was like, I just want to be by myself. When I went out and ventured out on the boat and I was kind of like, getting turned with everybody else, he said he had stayed in the room, but then afterwards he ended up coming back to me and had a conversation and was just like, I did try to go and connect with one of the ladies from the groups. Mind you, we seen this lady at breakfast, fat ass. He was like, yeah, she walked past at breakfast. I was like, what the fat ass? I'm like, damn, you bullshit. He was like, nah, I couldn't. He's like, we got there, we was kind of talking, and she was like, yeah, I seen you on the boat with somebody. And he was like, yeah, that's my homegirl. He's like, but the only thing is, I want to be with her, but she don't want to be with me. He said, and I got emotional, and I started to cry.
God.
And I was like,
my God.
Yo, guys will always find a way to fumble.
Like, you just.
Like, why would you say that?
Jay's in here like, I
that
don't
would
believe
just
none of
been
this
like,
shit.
now
It's not
I
that-
really don't like
It's not
you.
that I
don't
don't
know.
believe it.
What?
Partially I don't believe it because like I don't just come up with those feelings right there on the cruise. So yeah, I told my mother, I could be lying to my mother, I could be lying to my damn self.
But you
So,
know
like,
how sometimes you don't know for sure that you like, because I felt like this, like I don't think I like them because it's like we just cool, and it's like that was not at the forefront of my brain. But then sometimes you like, no, wait a minute, do I like this nigga? Like you've never had that before, where it's like it kind of just starts to present itself. Like damn, like I think I like this person.
And one thing he was saying, he was like, we've hung out in spurts. Like it's been a short period of time, maybe 2 hours max.
Mhm.
You know, we talk on the phone, couple hours, we catching up what you been up to, da 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 da. He was like, we've never spent hours on hours together. And he was like, we spent 24 hours together, and it was just like, I'm around you. I see how you carry yourself, like your energy, all the things. It was just different this time.
Yeah, I'm not here to argue.
Jay, like I be around you all the time.
No,
I'm not in love.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a
Not
fuck.
that. No, it's not. It's not that. Like I'm not. One, I'm just super like aware of my emotions, and everybody can't like align with that. Like I will tell you things that I know about myself, and it's wrong. You might look at me like, wow, you a fucked up nigga, and I don't know if I should get any brownie points for that or not. That's just who I am, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to say somebody should be or shouldn't be. I'm just like a realist like that. I look at the good and the bad of things, right? The conversation, I asked you that about accountability because I wanted to have a similar conversation. But I do feel like as a man, it's frustrating because when we talk about women don't take accountability, like in that space, I feel like it was accountability to be held on both sides,
Okay.
right? And I'm never going to be here to pander, but like it might seem like pander because I hold men to accountability of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But in that space, I felt like it was space to take accountability, even if it was nothing.
I feel like she
drastically.
did. She said
it was nothing to take up accountability
no.
for.
What
she
said?
that.
That's
I handled
not what
it.
she said.
She said I handled
She
it.
said I feel like in this scenario I communicated well. However, moving forward, the next
That's
time.
not accountability.
What is that?
That's not accountability.
That's not lesson learned, so that you can figure out how to
lesson
move better.
learned. You gotta identify the lesson, right? She said moving forward, she became the victim. Moving forward, I don't want to go on another trip unless it's my man.
Okay, so
Because that's what you basically said, though.
so you're her in this scenario. What are you taking
You know
accountability
what?
for?
I probably did misjudge. And although I thought I communicated well, maybe I ain't communicated as well as I thought I should. You know what I'm saying?
But what
And-
if she doesn't believe that?
and so, listen, I'm not here to argue that. I'm not-
Accountability has to be honest, though. You don't just take
True.
accountability just to take
No,
it so that you can feel better.
And you're 1,000,000% right. Ain't no argument to that. Because you can't be honest and say that, in my opinion, and I might be wrong, and I got to give myself space to learn, right? In this present self right now, I can't see that as accountability because if you could be honest with yourself, you could see where you went wrong.
So let me add but I did say I don't feel like there's no way for me to take accountability in this space. Now, what you just said is maybe I didn't communicate it enough or effectively enough. That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's incorrect. I did.
Okay.
And I have proof that I did because we also had a conversation afterwards in which I reiterated and he said you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I recorded.
Cool.
So just in case, just so that, because I knew this was gonna happen, and I just want to make sure that I made it clear, because I was like, let me get this for Jay.
Respectfully.
Because Jay is that nigga. I know.
Respectfully, it's done. I can't.
No, because we talking about accountability here, right? And so with that, I want you to hold the mirror to me, and I want you to point out the things so that way I can agree or disagree and say where I stand.
I think simply just saying like, I made a misstep. That's it. That's
fine, but I don't feel like I made a misstep. I didn't make a misstep. Maybe I presumed wrong. However, that's not a misstep. That is a thought process. A misstep is an action, in my opinion. Sorry. It says step in it, so it's an action. But again, for me, it's not about it. It was, again, like I said, my reality is if I trust this person, I feel safe with this person. It's not something. So the accountability part of it, again, like you just said, I'm not gonna do that again. Yeah, I'm not, because now even if I feel safe with the person,
learned.
yeah, but even if I feel safe with the person, even if I trust the person, that this situation tells me that I can't.
Anything can happen. Yeah.
Cool. I'm not here to argue your side of it. I'm not a woman.
I know, but I just told you what I wanted you to do for me. So
I can't. I don't have the capacity to do that right now.
You just did it. You just started to.
What?
She asked me a question of what I would do, and I told her what I would do. That was not
That's the same thing.
challenge.
That's the same thing I'm asking you. Continue. You said communicate effectively.
I said what I said. You challenge it.
There's no challenging. I'm checking off the
Janae,
list.
I'm telling you. She asked me a question. I answered it. You said it was something different. I'm saying, okay, I don't have a rebuttal. I don't. I'm telling you. So
I
you
think
got to
you're
respect that.
misunderstanding what she's
She said, you want me to show you what you could.
The same thing that I asked you.
That she asked
I say,
you?
if you were Janae, what would you take accountability for? And you were listing off those things.
Yes.
She's asking the same thing so that she can kind of address each point.
Address each point.
It.
But I
Say it
didn't-
again.
Right.
I said I would have said that I took a misstep, right? You said you wouldn't say that. I said that I could have had better discernment. You said you wouldn't say that. You said you
I
had
didn't say
proof.
nothing about we didn't
you
even get
said
to
you had better
discernment.
proof. You had proof.
That was the
record-
communication part.
Bro, get to the point. Like for real. Because I'm saying I'm not trying to argue. Like you want to get to the point. I'm saying
It's not an argument. I think you just getting upset.
no, I'm not getting upset. I'm trying to
Okay.
like move forward and like this conversation. I can't get through to you, right? And that's okay.
No, you are getting through to me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to show you how to get through to me. And this is what I be talking about in terms of you giving up on the conversation. Because I'm not asking you to argue with me. I'm not asking you to go back and forth. What I'm saying is just like when you have a checklist of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me, you have a to-do list to do today. And you write down the list and you name 4 or 5 things. And I say, I did this.
Mm-hmm.
I did this. I did this. I did. That's what I'm asking for right now.
I said the things I would have did. You said you did it.
I didn't. We didn't go through everything. That's what I'm saying. You just frustrated and you don't
I'm
want
not
to say it again.
frustrated, bro. I'm not trying to stay on this. It's not our life outside of the pod. We gotta keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like I said what I would have said. You said you did. I respect it. I swear to God, I respect it. I don't like. I really do. It might not seem like it. You might think I'm upset. I genuinely respect the fact that you said that you handled it how you handled it, and that's okay. I swear to God.
I just
promise
wanted
you.
to be accountable. That's all.
It's okay. It's okay. As men, right? So this is the conversation I want to have, right? Because it's 1% better, right? We got to do a better job at everything. And like I was telling, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I was telling Alex, I was like, man, I feel like men are cooked because it just doesn't stop. Like it's just like in that situation, like you got somebody, your intentions could be pure. Because I don't know this man from Adam Eve. I don't know him from Ken and Pete. Your intention can be pure, but how you move after it makes somebody feel uncomfortable. Let's say Janae was somebody that fold easily, right? Now that's a story that she could have had. Because peer pressure is real, coercion is real, all those things are real, right? And it's like so many men move in that way that it become the norm. And it's like, then you have conversations with young men or other men, and it's like, oh, I can do that because he did that and he's cool and it's okay, right? And it's frustrating because it's like, I've been through things, right? And I've acted in ways and I'm like, damn, like, imagine if I would have had people in my corner who didn't move like that. It would have made it a lot harder to move in this weird way, if that makes sense. So like, that's the conversation I wanted to have. I'm like, because I remember I was talking to somebody and like, he was like, would you get married again? I'm like, yeah. He like, that's different because every time I ask somebody that was married, would they get married again? They always say no. I'm like, well, at the end of the day, like I understand what I did that like put myself in that position and that's all I could deal with. So like I can't put that on nobody else. So I would do it. And he's like, man, I want to get married to my girl, but like, I love these hoes. And I'm like, And I'm just listening, but I laugh or I say that like, damn, because I just saw somebody else who was married try to like holler at a chick, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, how can, and I say that, and it's no excuse. I say it empathetically and like caring, because it's like, how can we expect other men to get better when all the examples around them are shit? You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, I'm like, man, I just wanted to present that to the conversation. I'm like, yo, how do y'all feel about that when it comes to men? And it was hard to come out the conversation because like, here I am trying to hold a woman accountable where like, quote unquote, for the people that listening, quote unquote, she's not being accountable. But then I'm about to have a conversation about men, and I know for a fact y'all gonna have a lot to say about that.
I mean, it's so much to say, but nothing to say at the same time. It's such an interesting. It's so interesting being on this side, because it's like I date men, right? And so I consistently am dating men, but at the same time I'm also experiencing their ways, and it's just it's a weird place to be in, because it's like why do y'all be the way that y'all be? Like, it's just I don't know the answer. I really don't. But you know, as an observer, I'm observing all the things that men do. Even the quote unquote good guys still have ways about them. Like, and so it's one of those things where you kind of have to just figure out what are your complete no-goes and just go from there. And it's just like, I don't really know.
It's crazy that you said good guys, because I have I have two thoughts on this. And it's really just like, it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? I think we are so similar than we give ourselves credit for, like men and women, right? So they say like the good guy never wins, right? And like the women don't ever go for the good guy, like they get overlooked. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, as a man, I have to look at myself in the mirror, like, even men overlook good guys. Because we have examples, like it ain't like, and I'm thinking like, man, all of the niggas are doing, I'm like, no, it's not. All the niggas aren't showing up like this. Like we have really good men out there, but they're not getting the credit for it. Think about people like Russell Wilson, right? We have these people, and it's like, I'm not talking about Russell Wilson. I talk about Future more than I talk about Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, they call him corny. And
yeah, right? So it's like, just as much as the woman don't want him, the men don't look up to him either. So it's like, if we can never recreate the standard of what a man is, it would never be something that I strive to be, right? The second point is, I don't think men, and I think me and Janae talk about this, we don't have the space to acknowledge the hardships that we go through from our women, though. And this is no way giving an excuse, right? So I've had experiences where I've acknowledged, like, damn, bro, like to my woman, I could have did X, Y, Z, boom, boom, boom with shorty. She ain't saying congratulations. She ain't saying kudos. She like, huh? Like, why would you even think you could, like, you don't deserve no cookie for that. You feel me? Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I do think men, I think it could be better if men got the recognition from showing up good. It's like a dog learn tricks by rewarding it for even kids. Like, you raise a child, they learn good behavior by it being rewarded. All we know is in the African American community is to discipline bad behavior, but we forget to reward the good behavior.
Do you feel like that happens for women too? I'm not saying it does or doesn't, but do you feel like women are rewarded for quote unquote good behavior within relationships?
No, I think it's,
because I don't know the answer to that. I don't.
Got him.
No. I laugh because same what I said with her. I say this to men. Like, when I'm talking about men,
stay on the topic.
Let's stay on the topic,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just wondering.
No, I get it, but like, let's finish this conversation.
My
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's not.
No, but that's effective
but I say that about
communication,
men.
though.
Because I'll say, man should do this, right? And they be like, what about women? But let's finish this. Right? So like, we can get to that point. I will, I promise.
Yeah.
To your point, I think for
No, don't
women,
address her point. Stay on yours. Stay on
okay.
topic. Because that's actually effective communication to stay on the topic. You can bring that point up later, but land that
So
first.
yeah, I feel like men don't get rewarded for the good behaviors, right? And that's just like that.
So my question then is, I feel like you said, men but men do get rewarded for bad behavior from other men.
Facts.
So my thing is,
That's a fact.
the person that's doing the rewarding, like, should it be men need to be rewarding you for when you tell your man's like, bro, I had this bad dream, but I fought it, I didn't. your nigga should be like, I'm proud of you, bro. Like,
yeah.
But they
like,
be
where
like,
does
nigga, fuck wrong with you,
better?
gay?
Does
Like,
it feel?
Yeah.
Does that reward feel better coming from your woman or from your
Right, that's the
friends?
point I'm making.
That's
So,
a good question. For sure, your woman though. For sure.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So, okay.
Easy.
But so this is the thing though, because this is what happens. I think a lot of times I've heard like sometimes, like you said, like I just said, men will reward bad behavior for other men.
For sure.
And it's like y'all walk with that because then y'all continuously do the bad behavior because you receive the reward from it.
Yep.
But the women aren't rewarding it. We're punishing it. And when we do punish it, you still do the bad behavior. So it's kind of like, I don't really know. I feel like maybe you need to be rewarded from all sides if that's the case. Because I feel like the rewarding from men for men, honestly, is more powerful in my opinion. Because
they value it a little bit more.
Because you get. I think a lot of times we think of like the reciprocity in relationships. It's kind of like I'm doing the same things you're doing.
Let me ask you a question. You're a man. You've been in relationships. Have you you've cheated before in your past relationships?
I'm not proud of it.
Huh?
I'm not proud of it. Yeah.
All right. Where do you think we go wrong as men? Like, why do you think we continue to do the same thing and we show up as the lesser man than we actually should be or we could be? Like you say, you're not proud of it, so you know that the actions that you've done in the past was wrong.
Yeah.
Why do you think we show up like that?
It's a lot of different factors. One of the factors is who you hang with, right?
Your
Like, it's
community.
hard being a guy in a relationship and all your homeboys single. So that's hard. Like, none of your homeboys got a girl, like, nobody. So, of course, their actions and their conversations is different. You might say something about your girl, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta leave the party early. Oh, man, come on, bro. We got 5 chicks. They outside, they waiting. That's temptation. Not a lot of men can fight that. Another thing is, it goes off of how you was raised. Did you really raise in a household where you seen your mom and your dad together for 20, 30 years? Do you even know what love even look like for real? Or you just be watching the movies? So a lot of people not even raised in them type of situations, definitely growing up in the hood,
For sure.
where it's normally a single parent household anyway. And, not to, discredit anybody mom out there, but people seen their mom when they was young bringing different guys, to the crib sometimes. And it's like, what the hell is this? And then you look up to the rappers and stuff like that. So a lot of things in our community is just so on our shoulders. And we think like, well, if he can get away with it, why can't I? So it's only 2 things that's going to really change a guy. One thing that's going to change you is being around men who actually have women, who actually treat their women right. So now you're seeing that, and okay, that's the cool thing. For example, this new quarter zip movement, right? Everybody doing a quarter zip now. And I love the quarter zip. I love the quarter zip. Them shorties doing their thing.
Yeah,
so now that's more of the trending thing. And now we got our young men out here drinking mochas and stuff. So that's good. And another thing that would change a guy is trauma. So as far as like my example, like just dealing with crazy women, like you don't want to keep going through that. You gonna learn.
Yeah, you
gonna learn. Like you gonna learn or you gonna get burned.
You gonna learn the easy way. You gonna learn the hard way.
And that might be literal.
No, fact.
It might be literally. You might really get burned.
Yeah, literally.
So you learn that and you say, you know what? Let me settle down. Let me leave these hoes alone. Let me just chill. So that's what that's my
also
take.
an age thing? Like, because earlier in your life, like early, late teens, early 20s, most people aren't in like super serious relationships. But then like as we get older, we kind of just start like getting more serious. So do you feel like that's also combined with like the age and maturity aspect, or you feel like it don't really matter? You feel like if you were in your 20s surrounded by people in relationships, do you feel like you still would have felt that way, or do you feel like you would have been more pressured to lock down and be a little bit more serious?
I think as a man, well, in your early 20s, I mean, you're still a man, but to me, you're kind of like a little boy. So I feel like coming out of college, you're gonna wanna, do all of that stuff. You're gonna wanna party. You're gonna wanna have a lot of women. You're gonna wanna do that. You're a young boy.
I think
they say the average man, his
say.
brain doesn't develop till he's about 25 anyway.
Yeah.
So you're gonna wanna do that unless you got a high school sweetheart.
But if you're around some men that's been doing that, then you probably don't, because that don't have to be for everybody. Like that doesn't have to be the norm.
Right.
That's just the norm for us because that's the life we lived.
But ladies, you also got to give. I'm not gonna say give the guy cut some slack, but ladies. And I want to stay on this, but this got to be talked to the ladies. Y'all know what kind of men y'all like and kind of men y'all want. This guy is a young, attractive young man. He got ABC. You got to know this other women want this guy as well.
That's okay, but the type of man we want is also a man that has discipline.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Yes, I want the nigga that everybody else want, but I also want him to be disciplined to not want all them bitches too. So
exactly.
Janae,
it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse.
You was about to make a point before.
No, I was going to say, based off of what he was saying to me, it sounds like y'all need the reward from the men. Because regardless of what women say, because we could tell you what to do till you blue in the face, but when your boys is like, yeah, I got you. That's why married people hang with married people, because they want to stay married.
They should.
Yeah,
But
that's
a lot
facts.
of times when you hanging with your single friends, you're doing single shit.
Mhm.
So the reality of it is, it does sound like even you saying like it's about the people that you hanging with. If I'm at the club and I gotta leave early, I go with my girls. If everybody's making me feel bad about it, I don't really want to be in a relationship no more, because I don't want my peoples to make me feel bad. But if everybody like, nah, I feel you, dog. Go ahead and get home with your girl. I wish I had what you had.
Yeah.
You like, you gonna leave proud. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
that nigga.
no, for
So
real,
yeah,
facts.
you need the reward from men.
Right.
It's other men that need to be encouraging men to. And this is the thing. I think that that's something that that y'all need in just the male community, is just more men to support men. I think even when we had the conversation with us and Alex the last time, you were saying like it would be easier to support a woman. Like, I would give y'all a leg up because you're a woman. I respect women, all that. But also I think that if men poured into men more, and the same way with the creating a safe space, they always say, men a lot of times say like, there's not a safe space for women. You can't express your feelings, but it's like there's not a safe space for men either. You can't express your feelings. If you felt safe to express yourself with men, ain't no way no woman could intimidate you. There's nothing a woman can do to really like intimidate you.
I think
I want to know the reward. We keep talking about this reward, right? We get rewarded by other men whenever we cheat and
Just
everything.
reassurance.
What do we get rewarded by the women when we don't cheat? We are faithful. We are here. We're doing what we got to do. A lot of women, I'm not saying y'all, but a lot of women, they don't cook. They complain about cleaning. They don't handle business. They don't even know nothing about, like, what do you do?
That should
in
not be
life?
a reward. That should be the
But
basics in your
let's not- I was
relationship.
gonna
It's
say,
a lot of women who do not
Well,
cook
if
for
it's
their
not
man.
happening, you shouldn't
I
be there
don't-
anyway.
can we-
It ain't about cheating.
but
You need to leave.
That's going down.
Well, no, I feel like
I
that's
don't
still
want-
part of the conversation, because the
Reward. I want a
would
home
say,
cooked steak,
I personally don't think that regular duties, roles, and responsibilities should be taken away or given based off of behavior, because it's like, I don't not cook for myself if I didn't do something I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
think that those things count. For me, it's more
Damn.
so about like the extra step, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'm, maybe like little small gifts. Maybe it's I'm giving you a massage. Maybe it's, let me take you out. Like, let me
Yeah.
kind of show you these extra things. Maybe I'm congratulating you on something. Maybe I'm
Exactly.
telling you, hey, like, I feel really
That's
secure.
it right
Like,
there.
you're making me feel really good. I just want to let you know that, like, I feel really secure. Like, it's sometimes just hearing it
Yes.
is like,
Yeah.
period, I did
Right.
that. And I feel like that's more rewarding than like, I cooked dinner tonight, darling.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's like,
because I
bitch,
feel like
we cooked
that's
it
why I'm like,
over.
that sounds basic to me. If you got a woman that don't want to cook, don't want to clean, they don't want to show up for you in that capacity, I feel like that's up to you. That's not a reward to me. I feel like that's basics.
I think what happens is like we're just selfish individuals. Like, we are naturally selfish. We
Who?
gotta break out of
Men.
in
Men.
general. I think people.
Oh, people.
Well, in general.
I think
So
men are generally.
I'm gonna go like around, right, to
Okay.
line. I feel like when you hear something, it's hard to digest it. Because even myself, like, I was having a conversation, we were talking about like me not being somebody type,
Mm-hmm.
and that shouldn't matter because we're building something serious. How it started probably shouldn't matter as long as like this is positive. Like, she gave you a chance and like it's working. So I would give somebody advice on like, yo, maybe you should date somebody that's not your type. Me selfishly, I want to zone in on that. That shouldn't matter, right? The same with like if I come home and I'm like, yo, I was able to not get this girl number, and I did it because my love for you. The woman selfishly internalizes that and be like, huh? Instead of looking at looking at the bigger picture, right? I think that's a big part of it as well.
I think that women see that as like that's a regular thing though, because the reality of it is every time we step out,
I was gonna say, maybe it's about
declining
how
numbers.
you present it.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, I did something so good today, this girl tried to holler at me and I didn't, like, maybe it's kind of like, man, you would not believe. Like, maybe present it a different way to
Not
where it's
even that,
like,
but I feel like women would, because I feel like women will hit you with the "you better have the fuck, you know what you got at home" type shit. It wouldn't be like, "Thanks, babe," because it's kind of like for us, like I said, I go to the grocery store, I could get a number, you know what I mean? Like easily, I feel like and not to toot a horn or no shit like that, but fix your face, bro.
I'm
You be
laughing.
knowing me.
I'm letting you finish.
But like every time, I feel like most times when people step out, and maybe it's because men approach women more, right?
That's all I was about to go.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, and so it's like, but because it feels normal to me, what's normal to me, it feels normal to you. Especially if I look at you and I'm like, oh, you fine, and that's my man,
but what you
man.
just-
And like you said, you want a nigga that all the bitches want. So I'm thinking in my head, all the bitches want
What
you.
what both of y'all just said, just kind of like back to my point. We are all selfish, right? Like, cause you like maybe you could do it another way. That's going to fit you. You said we get approach all the time. So we looking at it like it should be nothing.
It's normal,
right?
yeah.
That's both like, and we gotta have to be. We have
Are
to
you not
come
being
to a
selfish
place.
by saying reward me for not getting a number?
But
Man,
also, you're in a
women-
relationship, so it's like you should be doing things and you should be attentive to how your partner likes to be communicated with and vice versa. So that way it doesn't become selfish, because what would make that selfish is if I'm not also reciprocating and showing up for you the way you need to. So if I'm telling you this is how I like to be communicated with, you should go out of your way to do that. And you say the same thing to me, and I'm going to make sure that I'm attentive and communicate to
point.
you the way that you need to be. That way we're both being fed.
Right.
Good point. Also, not but, right? Not but. They say grace is not doing something even when you have the right to do it.
Right.
So when I'm talking about grace, right? If I approach you with something that's you don't like, that first time, I'm only talking about that first time, I think it should be a space where you can hear my
Sure.
intentions
Yeah.
and then say, hey, babe, next time. I don't think that happens all of the time. I'm not in everybody's relationship. I can't
Yeah.
speak on it. I don't think that happens.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take away from what you, because you're right. I just don't think men have the space to even say it at all. Because even if I do come to you with that's the best way I can communicate. I don't know no other way, right?
Yeah.
So I come to you, I'm just coming to you saying, yo, I really love you. Look how I showed you I love you. And you reply in a hurt way. I'm trying to not make, I don't want to make this divisive. Like you reply in the best way you know, right? And that's hurtful to me. And it's like, we're always going to conflict with that.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's like, I don't know. It's so much. But
No, I get what you're saying. And no, that's right. I think, like you said, first time around, it's like, but I think that's where friendship matters, right? Because it's like, I should be able to communicate with you, and it's like, I should still, because if your friend came to you and said something, you'd be like, look, friend,
Yep.
hold on.
Yeah.
I ain't like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You would have a conversation and be
Right.
like, you know, I think that a lot of times we separate the friendship out of relationships, so therefore it doesn't come off like that. But it should be a friendship there where it's like, I should be able to tell you something. If you don't like it, I could be like, look, I appreciate you letting me know. I ain't like how you said that though.
Yeah.
But you also have to be willing to receive it too. I think that sometimes when people communicate something, if somebody tells them they don't like the way that they communicated it, they'll be like, well, you better, at least I told you, be grateful for it. And it's like, hold on. The same way you communicated something to me and wanted me to receive, I need you to receive it too.
I'm going to get to your point in a second. I promise. One last point. I think, because me and Alex talking about this when we was just prepping for the show, another part of it is even the good guys, because you said even good guys had ways about them. Now that we on grace, I don't think men have a space to make a mistake. Because even the good guys, it's like we look up to them and it's like, that's the person. And then when they fuck up, it's like, see, I told
can I
none
ask
of
a
these
question?
niggas this.
Why does it always seem that the good guys always seem to be like the oddball, like, you know, or the weird guy or something like that, as opposed to the cool nigga, swaggy nigga, fine nigga, all that? Why are they not good guys?
Because back to what Vonte saying, like I can only speak to what has happened, what is happening. I can't say what's right or wrong. Well, I can say what's right or wrong. I can't give an excuse. I can only give understanding.
Yeah.
I talk about this all the time. It's not just people. The world created a standard that shouldn't be a standard. And then we get rewarded for abiding by this standard when it shouldn't have been a standard at all. So when you say, why is the the good guy, like the anomaly when the cool guy should really be walking in that space? It's because of how we were raised in our community. Shit, I mean, y'all know this. Even we can go back to, we talk about patriarchy, right? We talk about we talk about racism. We talk all of those, like if we want to be real, right? Because men had an understanding that we were superior. That's what I was taught. Even though I'm not the man of yesterday, I still gotta suffer the consequences of the man of yesterday, right? And it might not be fair, but I gotta walk in a way where I can gain that trust back from my woman. I shouldn't have to do that, but that's just life, right? So when you ask that question, even when we go into the black community, we're in these communities where all we see is rap, right? Rap was created to express ourselves, and then all we had to express was, honestly, trauma. So we hear trauma and we get glorified for it because that's how we think we should handle it, when it's like it's all setting us behind. I'm not trying to make an excuse, it's really to understand. So now I hear fuck bitches, fuck bitches, fuck bitches, because that's what was taught, right? And now I want to fuck bitches because I think it's cool. And then when I fuck bitches, I get rewarded from my friends like I'm the cool guy. You know how hard it is to unlearn that? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I was single. I was me of what I know longer than any relationship that I've ever been in. So it's hard to unlearn those things, especially when the world ain't getting no better in that aspect of it. So again, this ain't no excuse for men. I'm just saying, when you ask that question, this is why. Like it has been there, right? So I'm not mad at women for not trusting men, right? It's unfortunate, and I almost like cry out for it because it's like, damn, how do we get better? It seems like it can't get better. That's really the conversation. It's not to blame anybody. It's just like, damn.
Somebody got to take the lead. Somebody got to make the decision to be the black sheep, and then get more people and more people will follow. But I think we get so caught up in peers and what people think of us and how they feel about us, as opposed to just wanting to be, a good person and do right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the reality of it is, if I made a decision that this is what I deem as a good person, this the path I'm gonna walk, it don't matter what the next nigga say. If the nigga like, oh nigga, you not cool, you corny. So
Yeah.
it's the fact that once you start walking in that path, you may not have. I think that we lean on a lot of times. We say we never had nobody to show us, we never had nobody to teach us, and it's like that is a fact. But there's also the internet, and there's also books, and there's also willpower. I think that we get to a space where it's kind of like it's the same thing. Like it was a joke the girl Mimi she made when she was like, they were like, oh, nobody ever told me how to cook and clean, and she was like, my mom never taught me. She was like, when your mother didn't teach you how to suck dick either, but you know how to do it. So at the end of the day, like nobody sat there and taught you how to fuck, but you fucking. Nobody sat there and taught you how to do specific things in your life. You trial and error. But you also made decisions that I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do this. So making a decision to say that I'm going to go out here, stand 10 on who I want to be, and just standing strong in that. Yes, there may be situations that come up. The thing is, there are times when people can make a decision and they be like, you know what? I know this is what's right, but I'm not going to do it anyway because I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's still a choice. Like you can choose to walk in that path.
And I think, and y'all might not agree with this, but this is my opinion. I think if you are a man out there cheating on your girl, whatever, moving, however you want, right? We don't need to be speaking on these things. Keep it a secret. I feel like that's another thing that just like, it might
In
sound...
general, or like...
He's saying to the guys.
To the guys, right?
You like, don't tell your guys.
Yeah, because
like he said,
it only makes it worse. And again, I'm not here to say...
I can understand that.
Like, I think social media has created a space like...
Because then it normalizes it.
Yeah, we want to normalize everything when some shit should be a secret, like should be secrecy, like some shit should be kept
like
inside.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Right? So like, and I'm not saying it's okay, right? But at least at that space, even if you lie, right? Let's say a guy come to me and like, yo, I want to fuck with this. I could be fucking all the hoes behind my wife back. Let me say, nah, you shouldn't do that. I think it should be a space where that, so at least, even if I'm not doing it, I can be trying to instill it into the next gen, if that makes sense. I know it might sound crazy, but...
No, you're right, because there are people, and I'll speak on a specific person, I'm not going to say their name, but there's a person that I know who is married, older person, and everybody knows. Everybody in the town knows that they gets down with other people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of just like, dang, like you don't even have enough care to not be so loud about it. That's a different level of disrespect. I know most people who cheat are not that bold and crazy with it, but there are a lot of people who are. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been outside and seen people, men who would try to hit on somebody who have a ring on. Somebody would point out the ring. They're like, oh, like,
yeah.
Whoa. My God. Like you didn't even have the care to take the ring off. Like, that type of audacity. Like there's a level of audacity and like arrogance that comes with it. And I think that's because nobody checks them. Like, can you imagine like doing that to a dude, and a dude like made it seem like, nigga, you lame as fuck.
Yeah.
That hits way different than a woman saying
bring
it.
back shame. Because imagine the married guy that you come across and he's like, man, I'm about to get this bitch, and you be like, nigga, what? You got a wife? Like that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Niggas be like, what?
But what
like,
happened?
Yeah.
I don't want to say a lot of times. I can only give my experience. I've been in places where, because damn, I'm even I don't want to say victim, but
participant
in it, right? A lot of times it be the guys that's more successful.
I'm about to get into something, bro.
Right? So like what happened is like, I'll never forget. I was in a situation where successful guy got a wife. And like granted, I'm grown at the time, so I know that like I'm not making nobody, like none of these guys are my prophets and nothing like that. So I don't have false prophets, but I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it'd be like, damn, I feel good to be around people who are doing good.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget, like, I'm at this party or whatever, and like he go to get this girl number, and I'm like, man, I wanted her. And he like, oh, nah, you know, like, he just laughed it off. And I'm like, damn. You know how discouraging that can be to a nigga that has hope of men that's doing good things?
He was married.
You get what I'm trying to say? It's like, damn, like, oh, but he was more successful. So me, as somebody who looks up to him.
You feel like you couldn't check him.
Right. What the fuck I'm going to say? Because
Yeah.
a lot of times, and this is, and again, people might not agree with this, but this is real, right? And me being vulnerable, right? A lot of times men respect people by the money that they got.
Yeah.
Right? So a nigga like, what the fuck I'm going to say to a nigga that got more money than me? I don't have a space to say it.
I
so
feel like
now,
we feel like that too.
Right.
There's different levels.
So now I bite my tongue, but to your point, like now I bite my tongue, and now in his mind it might be validated because I didn't say nothing.
And he the coolest nigga
Listen,
still.
I have to say something, bro. I have to, yo.
Please
I have
do.
to say this. The thing is this. A lot of people, men and women, they hate a person that can have their cake and eat it too. Period.
Yeah.
When a guy or a woman see a guy in a relationship with a beautiful girl, your girl bad, bro. Like, damn, the whole streets really want her. But she all on you. And we see how you treat her. And she letting you get away with this. You fucking the whole... We go to the club. We like, oh yeah, we know Vonte ain't... He got a girl, so we can definitely talk to her. You talking to her too? So you just want all the girls in the city. You got your girlfriend. You fucking out, bitches. God damn.
Just
nigga.
greedy.
Like, you just a greedy ass nigga.
Greedy ass
People
nigga.
don't like that, bro.
Yeah.
They do not like that. Like, bro, you got yours. Go home. Chill out. My second point. Fellas, cheating on your girl is like being in the streets. All right. You in the streets, you hustling, right? You doing illegal activities, right? I'm going to say how it's the same. The thing is this, you cheating the system, right? When people get booked, they stay in jail because what? They don't got no money. They ain't got no bail money. You get caught cheating and you ain't got no money, it's over with. Now, I'm not saying money fixes all problems, but I seen women stay around a little longer with a rich nigga. A nigga who could kind of give her some money, but like, let me bail myself out this little jail and go like that. I'm not saying you buying her. You're not buying her loyalty, but it's harder for her to leave a nigga that's rich. I'm just going to be real with
But
you.
that's what
It's
I
a
was
lifestyle
saying.
she's accustomed to.
It's risk
The
versus
flights,
reward.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what
the
I'm
risk
saying?
and reward.
Like,
You
I
gotta
don't
bail
have a
yourself
big
out.
enough reward for a nigga to treat me like shit and don't bring nothing to the table.
Exactly.
That part.
Like the
I'm glad
reward
y'all
ain't
know
big enough.
something.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying? So
can't
it's like,
cheat and
I'm
not
not
bring
saying
shit
it's
But let me
okay.
say this. It's not okay because I think that this is the same thing I said to you yesterday. I feel like a lot of times we as people have gotten to a space where we value things over people. So luxury and all those things, that's more important to us than
Respect.
our own respect, our own
Exactly.
values. And that's a problem.
It is.
I feel like even, when it comes to men, like you said, I like the fact that like, oh, this nigga got I can't check him because he's more successful than me. He make more money than me. Fuck I look like.
Money.
But my thing is, if we value people and their
Yeah.
opinions and their feelings over things, it would change the game. But let me also say this. I feel like people respond to disappointment differently. So when my son does things or he does something, he be like, he'll be like, I didn't mean to make you mad. And I'll tell him, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed.
That hit different.
But it hits different because disappointment means you hurt my feelings. You let me down.
Yeah.
And so I got to a space now where I realized I feel like in that space, when you with somebody who is successful and there's somebody you look up to, you can let them know, like, damn, man, I really looked up to you. But you cheating on your wife, that disappointed me. That's not the man I want to be. That's disappointing.
But
That
what does that mean? Like, that's right? But I'm just saying for the people that might be in that situation, I'm looking at it like, what does me being disappointed mean to you when you're
It
more
don't mean
successful?
nothing the first
might
time
not
they
mean,
hear it.
right. It may not mean
But
nothing at the moment.
If
that
that
nigga go home and
changes,
sleep on it.
right?
And
then the next time they hear, and then it starts to change the way people interact with them. That
And
absolutely.
then I'm
will
not trying to
do
make
it
no
then.
excuses, right? I'm just trying for understanding purposes. And then I jeopardize my opportunity with this person.
Well, again, what's your opportunity though? Because what does the opportunity bring you? Does it bring you things, or is it because that's the thing I'm talking about again? Because now what we telling them is I value the things that you offer more than who you are as a person. Because the reality of it is, why do you even want something from that person if you don't even really respect them no more?
So, and I'm gonna lead into your point, right? Before we go there, I think what happened is we do look at things differently, right? Men do value things because we were taught that we had to be providers and protectors. A part of being a provider is me attaining things, money, right? That's things. Like, so that is a part of my livelihood, quote unquote, for the people that's listening, because I need things to protect my family. I need things to rise up higher in this ranking system of life. Like, I need things, right? So like I might turn a blind eye to certain things if it's going to put me in a better position because that's what's going to take care of my family. Now, like I'm not to
Women
not
do
to
that
like,
too, though.
Okay, not to like skip ahead to your point, Jamila, right? I think women don't get rewarded for these things because again, how we look at things are different. From the beginning, women were always looked at as the person that take care of home, right? Like they always took care of their kids. So like when it's kind of the opposite. So when they do step out, it's kind of like, whoa, right? So it's for us, right? And again, I'm not saying this is good because we should change our perspective because it could work for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're not rewarding women for doing the right thing because we look at it as
That's normal.
that's norm. That ain't hard for you.
We just have it's like the standard, and
The
kind of
yeah.
to
But
go
it's
back a
standard
little
out of
bit.
control, though.
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to make sure I touched on
No,
your
for
question.
sure. But just to like go back just a little tiny bit. That's also, and not to equate cheating to anything worse, but that's why we also have a lot of abusers in the entertainment industry because of what you said. A lot of people are afraid of losing opportunities. They don't want to check people who they feel like have a higher status, opportunities, all the things. And so then it's like, it seems like a one-off, like, damn, I know this nigga is kind of like on some weird shit. I know this nigga's weird. I know he hits bitches. I know he's done
But if I
that.
say something, it's going to jeopardize my
you know what I mean?
position.
Like, and I get it. I totally get it because I get it, right? But that one time that you did that and allowed that, then it keeps happening. And now it's just the norm. Now nobody touches him. And now it's kind of like everybody knows.
And you
that
know
this
what
nigga be on
eventually
that.
happens, and I'm not saying that
And you associated with it too.
Right.
but
Even if
also-
you didn't do nothing.
But even deeper than that, what eventually happens, and I'm not saying for every case, you start to justify it, and then you start to normalize it in your own mind, and now it's a possibility for you as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you saw it, he was close to it, and now you justified it. And now it's
Yep.
like, now it's like you're okay in it in your mind, even when you don't think you are.
And that's why I said when you said like that's the norm for women to do that, but I feel like it's the norm out of control because the reality is yes, that's how women were and that's how it was initially, or what we've been taught in history is that that's what it was. Women are nurturers; they stay home, they don't step out and all the things. But that's also we didn't have nowhere to go. We didn't have nowhere else to live.
We had no
money
access.
We had nothing. We couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
But you could, because you had all the control and power, and you could abuse me. You could this and that. You could slap the shit out of me today, and I still got to get up and make you breakfast tomorrow. Like, we didn't have a choice. So now it's like, now that we get out of the control factor of the situation, it's like, now it's confusion. Like, well, I wish women would just do the things that they used to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we wish y'all would just be not be how y'all were, period. We can't go back to that because if we go back to that,
Everybody
does that
went to
mean that
jail.
y'all go back to
That
what
comes
y'all
with
were
all the other
do,
things
you know what I
too.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and this is the thing, because I hate putting things just on men, but I am a woman that feels like I want to be led. I want a man that's a leader. You know how you say, like, you fuck with niggas that got motion, this isn't. It's not even about that. It's like a nigga with motion lets me know that he's actually moving to the beat of his own drum. He's doing shit that he's supposed to be doing or that he wants to do for himself, regardless of what's going on. Niggas that be sitting still, to me, you a sheep, and you only gonna move when another nigga tell you to. So I like leaders. I like niggas that take initiative, that move in a certain way. Granted, unfortunately, they don't seem to be the best type of men.
It
But
comes with all the things. Yeah.
It comes with all the things. But my thing is, I would like but most men that are like sweet and docile are the sheep. So it's like, I don't want a sheep. I want a man to be sweet and kind and be a leader.
Okay, so I guess this is may be divisive, but this is a real conversation. In my experience, like one thing that I don't like is like a woman that be like I want you to be a leader, or like they make statements about leadership, but then when you try to lead, it's only okay with them when you lead the way they think you should lead. So now you don't give me the space to lead because
but y'all
a lot of women do that though.
Y'all stay intent on not having nobody telling y'all how to do things, or nobody taught me this. I never learned that. So why not listen to your woman that says?
I'm not saying,
but I think that men have a different idea of what leading a woman is than women do, and so there's contention. And then, like you said, communication earlier. When we're trying to communicate what that looks like, because remember what I said, I'm going to communicate what I want and what I need from my partner. You should do the same. And we have to meet each other where we are. So if I'm telling you this is what leading me looks like, and this is what makes me feel comfortable, safe, secure, all those things, and you go, well, that ain't what I want to do for you. How are you going to tell me how to show up for me? I'm telling you, this is what makes me. And if this is not, and if you can't meet that, then you're just not going to be the man for me. Because a lot of men view leadership as a level of control, and they just want to tell you what to do. That's not what I want, though. That's not what makes me feel secure. I don't want you to control me. I'm my own woman. I'm very secure. I'm a leader in my own right as well. That's not what I'm looking for. And sometimes when you say that, the man also feels like you're trying to control them. It's like, no, you're not listening for understanding. You're just feeling like I'm trying to tell you what to do.
So I had to look up the definition. And again, I'm just a realist, right? Like, I'm not trying to make nobody wrong or right.
Okay.
But the reality of it is, being in leadership, being a leader, comes with some kind of control.
Mm-hmm.
Even the definition, it says, leader, definition, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the, now, can I misuse my leadership? For sure. But I have the ability to lead or control an organization, a group, or a country. Now, when you add that with people, women aren't okay with that.
So time out. I'm glad you read the definition, because the same way you just said, woman or country. As of right now, Trump is our leader.
Yes.
But you do understand that we are his constituents.
Yes.
So he is supposed to move in a way that is beneficial to us.
Yes.
We're supposed to communicate our needs.
And he's supposed to have a council that he talks to. He, of course, doesn't
outside
do
of that, because
but
we ain't even got to go to
yeah.
the council. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, when you're a leader, you're still serving the people that you're leading.
For sure, 100%.
So what that looks like is just like if you was the captain of the team, or if you were leading an organization, you're going to consult with your people and say, hey, what do we need? We trying to accomplish this. What do we need? You discuss it. They have a say. You're not just going to, this is not a dictatorship. Leadership does not mean dictate.
Yeah.
It means that you're leading and commanding. So when I give you feedback and tell you the things that I need and the adjustments that need to be made, or things that I need, we can commune and say, okay, well, we could do this. We can compromise. And then you take lead.
You're right, but you're wrong. No, like, with all due respect. Because, like, I go through this, like, at the end of the day, I can consult with you, right? That doesn't mean I have to, agree with or go. So, and that's the thing with leadership. Like,
but that's the problem with leadership.
But no.
Because if you don't consider what I'm saying, then you're
overthrown, wait.
overturned.
I didn't say that. See?
But
I didn't say that.
Will you agree that there's definitions and there's applicable definitions?
For sure, but
right?
that, I didn't say, see, that's the thing. Even with, like, my business, like, you can give me advice, and I can consider it and then decide not to do it.
So what happens just for that specific scenario if every time that person gives a suggestion you don't do it? So
okay,
then at that point,
if
it's a one-off, okay, cool. But what we see happen a lot, and that's why we say it's no longer leadership, it's control, because you're just letting me give you suggestions just for the fuck of it. You're not taking anything I say into consideration. You're only going to do what you're saying you're going to do.
And I'm not.
That's not leadership.
I promise.
To me.
I'm not trying to move the goalposts. It might seem like it, but just hear me out, guys. That's true, right? It goes back to my point of, like, even the good guy being put on a pedestal, when he make a mistake, it's like it gets snatched from under the rug, right? Even in that, because you're right. Let's go to another scenario. What happens is, if my leadership doesn't look right for you, then you want to challenge me, and that's uncomfortable, especially in leadership, right? So what happens is, like, I'll lead to the best of my ability, and then I'll make a mistake or do a mishap that you don't think should have happened, and now it's like resentment happens. And it continues to happen because, yeah, I gave you the space to lead, but then you fuck up as if I can't be a human. So it's like, again, I'm not trying to, like, say woman, but just as much as I gotta say, yo, men need to step up. I need women to be able to hear these conversations and be like, you know what? This is what I can do better. That's why before I went to, I said, okay, what accountability do you take? But if we never get that, it's like we only gonna be the ones that, okay, I gotta continue to step up to the plate. Again, I'm not saying men shouldn't take the most of the brunt, because if you look at our history, a lot of this shit is our fault. I'm saying, like, how do we get better today? And we have to, I have to be able to look at myself and be like, you know what? I could have did that differently. And women have to be able to look at themselves and like, you know what? I could have handled that differently as well. So, like, you're right, bro. But a part of leadership is control. And you can mistreat that for sure.
Well, can I say that this is kind of also why I personally don't necessarily look for that in a relationship and a partner?
Leadership?
I don't look for that personally, because I see that more than often. And so for me, that's not most important to me in a relationship. This idea of you being a leader and a provider, those are not the most important things in a relationship for me. And I don't look for that because I personally don't think that a relationship is the most fruitful when I'm being led and provided for, in my opinion, for me.
Okay.
I feel like what I need in a relationship is a little bit different because I kind of operate independently and I kind of want you to operate independently as well. And we have a partnership that's based in love, compatibility, and things like that. I don't want to feel like this is almost like a business arrangement in a sense. That's just a personal thing. I feel like because I don't look for that, I'm often, and this is something new. This is something that I've kind of gotten into through the years of dating. I feel as though I'm less let down from this idea that I don't want you, because I don't want you to try and control me, because that does not, I don't like that at all.
You know what I think one of the hardest downfalls of a relationship that I had to accept? It's like it's so hard seeing somebody grow and accepting that. Because a lot of times we hold people at day 100 to that day 1.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? We don't allow them to grow, but also we don't communicate that either because we don't know how to. Like, I'll just give an example of my situation. Like, I remember, like, I felt like my woman wanted to be like a housewife, right? And I feel like I worked my ass off to be able to provide this. But now I do this, and like what comes with it, or what I have to do to continue to provide this, you're not okay with, right? But what I learned, or I think, right, because what I assumed was she saw what that came with, and she learned that she didn't want that. And that's okay, but that wasn't communicated with me.
Yeah.
But even vice versa, right? Because I look at myself and like, did I even have the space enough to accept that? Because I worked my ass off to get us here, right? And now you see that, nah, you can't go back, nigga. Nah, we here, right? Instead of like understanding that, okay, you experienced this, you see that you didn't like it, so let's adjust.
Oh yeah, people have the opportunity to change their mind.
Exactly, and I feel like when I look back at it, I'm like, yo, it's just fucked up. Like, it's like, and I question myself like, yo, is this how it's supposed to be? Like, do we supposed to be in these monogamous? Like, because why is it so hard? It shouldn't be hard.
Because I think we're trying to jump into these molds that were built from a society
That was
years and years
already
ago
broken.
that we don't even believe in.
Facts,
these roles and responsibilities, like we had the conversation last week. These are roles and responsibilities that we created in society. We can change those, and we know that we can change those because we're constantly changing them.
Right.
Like we see it all the time. Women are leaders these days because we simply decided to change society. We are capable of so much more, and that's why I don't hold myself and the relationships that I put myself in to this small box. I feel like I'm non-traditional in the most way. Like I'm not looking for you to provide for me. I'm not looking for you to lead me. I don't need that. And that's not me saying that I don't need no man. It's not that. I just don't need that from you. I need something else from you, right? And that's what I feel like we're missing. We keep trying to force ourselves into these roles that you're probably just not meant for. The reason it's probably not working for you is because that's probably not what you just naturally are, who you are as a person. Think about what you want, who you like, all those things outside of society. Fuck society, fuck the country, fuck who you are. Be who you are.
Like, do what you want to do.
I think that people get caught up in, like, when people spend time with each other initially, this is my issue. I think that people start off dating and they only worry about like the vibe, the connection. Like, oh, I feel you. Like, oh, we vibe good. We this and that. Like, okay, yeah, I want to pursue something. And like for me, I'm one of the people, I don't like wasting time. So I'm like, elimination rounds. Like when I first started dating somebody, I'm asking hard questions because I want to know, are we compatible? Do we want the same things? Does it make sense for our lives? If it doesn't, there's no sense in me catching feelings for you and liking you. And then later in life, we discover this doesn't work for us because now we're bumping heads. But then it's like we don't want to let go because we in love.
Yeah.
I don't want to fall in love with you. People like, you can't help who you fall in love with. You can get to know a person. You can ask the shit that really matters initially up front. And if you tell me no, that's not what I want, cool. You can be like, but I like you. That's great. Go like somebody else.
And you can help who you fall in love with.
I agree.
You can. Like, you could, like, again, I had to force myself, like, to, like, do things that was different out of the norm because the norm wasn't getting me nowhere.
Yeah.
That's what problem. Like, niggas want to do everything to the norm. Like, I want to do this because the vibe is right. Nigga, the vibe ain't been right since you found it. You talking about the vibe, right? Nigga, the vibe ain't right. Nigga, that's just your delusion. And like, what they say, like, you want to delulu till it's the true. Like, nigga, we can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened with our lives and our relationships. It's like, we delulu and things until they the true and things, and then it ain't never true. You know what I'm saying? Then we find out that it's false, then now our heartbroken. Oh my God, I can't, nigga, you seen it from the jump. When somebody tell you who they are, believe it. And it's okay. That don't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they're not the right person for you. So adjust. Niggas want to be stuck in a box and be upset when they can't move. Nigga, you put yourself in this position.
But that's because they already have feelings and they be already like in it. And that's why, but this is my thing. People be telling me like, that's a lot. That's a lot. I don't give a fuck. I want a nigga that can handle a lot.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
more...
if I'm bringing you a conversation and it's a difficult conversation, have it.
Yeah.
And if you can't have it today and it's like, this a lot for me, go home and sleep on it and bring it back and let's have this conversation. But we're going to have it.
Yeah.
There's no point of us pussyfooting around and like cuddling and kiki. No, but people want to get to the sex so quickly. People want to get to the love so quickly. I'm not into that. I literally want to know, do we align? Does it make sense? If it doesn't, get the fuck from around me. Y'all niggas not my friends.
I just don't understand why people think their life isn't complete unless they fall in love. Like, bro, I wish more older people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s would tell people, like, bro, I've been single my whole life and I love my life.
We judge them.
You feel me? Like, why do
like
y'all have to be in love? I don't understand that. Why do we have to be in a relationship?
I'm about to say, no, you're
Like,
right. We do judge them because
I don't see
it, and we
Maya
judge
did
like
an
me
interview
personally, I don't
with,
want kids.
Melissa
So,
Ford.
go ahead. Yeah.
Maya did an interview with Melissa Ford recently, and everybody like, these are miserable bitches. Like
They said the
everybody
same
on
thing
the
about Tracy
internet.
Ellis Ross, and I'm like,
just-
Tracy seems like she's living the most golden life.
That's what I'm
26.
saying.
And it's
I'm
like
cool.
a relationship, and I've said that before, and people be like, "Oh, I'll be like, I don't know if I'm gonna get married." And they're like, "Oh, don't say that." It's like
I say
I'm
that
not
too,
saying
yeah.
it. It's
That's
like,
not a bad
oh,
thing. Like,
exactly.
that means somebody-
I'm just saying I don't know, like, because we don't know. I don't
don't
see
know.
the future. Like today is today, and tomorrow is tomorrow. I don't know, and you have to make peace with that. And I'm like, I want more, especially women. I want more women to recognize that you not getting married doesn't say anything negative about you or your life. It doesn't mean that you didn't succeed in life. Like I can understand that being a goal. I get that. Of course, who wouldn't want that?
And it can
But
be
it's
a
like
goal.
if it don't happen, you're not a failure.
Right.
You just didn't get to that. And like you could still have a fruitful dating life. You can
Yes.
Tracy Ellis Ross talking about that meant so much. I'm like, bruh, hearing older women say that she does not have children, she's never been married, right? But she's like, I'm cool though. Like
That's
I date and I
what-
have a great time. Like don't worry about me. And it's okay. Cause that's how y'all get into these
Exactly. Y'all
marriages.
forcing it.
No,
Bro,
facts.
you know you're a player. You know you like to go out and have sex with random girls every weekend. Why on earth
Would you lie?
are you even jumping into a relationship to hurt a girl
to
who
hurt
is
somebody.
ready?
Exactly.
That's
Because
stupid.
Selfish. Because I want my cake and eat it too. Because I want this person to myself, but I also want other people. But I also will say, I think people have to get to a space where you got to be understanding that you can be content and still want more. It's okay to be in a space in your life where I want to accomplish this, but if I don't, I ain't gonna die, and I'm still gonna live a full life, and I'm still gonna be happy.
That's-
And people don't have that.
Yeah.
Let's move on, man. I think for the listeners, I want to be like, I'm trying to be super intentional with the messaging. We had our 1% conversation. If you don't like the fun and ignorance, you probably would want to chime out at this point.